Here on this rainy Thursday afternoon. We are excited to be here. I'm your host, Dylan Kapodlowski, bringing you the show here on 91.7 The Edge WSUW Whitewater and live streaming on UWW-TV. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, joined by my fantastic co-hosts here. We got Jalen, Austin, Adam, Nazir, and Kisanye. Thank you guys for being here. How we doing today? It's been a rainy day, but it's homecoming week. We're just a few days away. It's also Halloween weekend. It's a lot to look forward to.
Today sucks. I'm already tired midway through the week. We'll get through it.
I loved how I just was like trying to keep it positive. It was like this today sucks. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of there with you. It's been a dreary day, but luckily we have Hawk Talk to make it all better. Before we start the show today, you guys knew this was coming. I told you so. I told you so. I told you I would come on here.
How you feeling, buddy?
You're a genius.
I told you I would come on here after the wild card series. I came on here and said it was going to be Rangers and Diamondbacks in the World Series.
Curse is still alive.
The Brewers' curse is still alive.
I hopped on quick after you.
Subject switch.
Said that.
I was a Phillies
Stats don't lie.
bandwagon.
The stats don't lie.
I would never bandwagon in my life.
I wasn't the only one to take the Phillies.
I'm hoping for the Rangers now. I mean, the Diamondbacks, like, I'm just kind of cheering for them so I could, like, have my prediction be right. That was, like, the only reason. But now it's Rangers all the way. But yeah, that Diamondbacks-Phillies series, what a series and what a World Series matchup we have set. We don't have a topic about it today because they talked about it yesterday. But, I mean, Diamondbacks-Rangers is just going to be very, very unexpected, but I think it's going to be an interesting World Series. And I'm a little excited for it. I know everybody's in MLB's comments saying, well, nobody's watching this, and but first World Series since what, like 2016 or something like that, without the Astros and the Dodgers. So, or Astros or Dodgers, I should say. So, very interesting. But yeah, that was my I told you so moment. We got that out of the way. Now let's get on with the show. So the obscure sports segment here today, and we have the National Hot Dog Eating Contest. Sponsored by Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs. It's held every July 4th, and it's a pretty big event around America. It gains a lot of traction, especially when Joey Chestnut, for his ability to just wolf down those hot dogs and buns, the ultimate glizzy gobbler, and yeah, he's one of a kind. But who here has watched the National Hot Dog Eating Contest, or have you just kind of seen it on social media?
I've watched it, yeah. It's pretty cool to see.
I've seen like clips of it, but
Yeah.
I've
seen clips like on ESPN and stuff, but I haven't like watched it because I know I
Dip
probably
it
have
in
a
water
stomach
and
ache.
just swallow it down.
Yep.
there's no way that tastes good.
I can't do that.
Oh,
I
there's
can't even look at it.
nothing about the taste. Nothing about the taste there. It's purely for like
Super
the
hard
competitive aspect of just how fast you can slide a hot dog down your throat without.
Super hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. That's for sure. It's interesting, but the record in 10 minutes, 76 hot dogs. That means that dude was sliding down like almost 8 hot dogs a minute. Like that.
Yeah.
That is just unbelievable to me.
No way.
The fact that he
That's-
could just wolf down
Dude,
like 8 hot dogs.
I'm going to gag. This is getting so gross.
That's why I don't
Think
watch it
about
at
it,
all.
man.
I can't watch it at all.
But I mean, he's Joey Chestnut. We got to agree. I mean, he's like the GOAT of all
the GOAT?
goats. Like he's
He
better
has
than
to be.
Brady. He's better than Michael Jordan. Like he is the GOAT of goats. I mean, how many titles does this guy have? He has like an insane number of titles.
Dude.
Ultimate competitor.
Yeah, he is like the face of the title. He's 16 titles. 16 titles.
How many hot dogs do you think you could eat in 10 minutes?
That's what I was gonna pose next. How many hot dogs do you think you guys could eat in 10 minutes? Like realistically, give yourselves a realistic number.
2, 3 maybe?
2 or 3?
Yeah,
Three.
I like to enjoy my food.
I swear, that's what I'm like. I can't do that at all.
I could do 4.
Imagine if like your life was on the line. How many do you think you could like realistically get down if you're forced to do it?
20.
2.
20?
No,
Still
2, 3. I can't do it. I just
Yeah,
can't.
man. That's
Well,
messed up.
I hope y'all get ready because we're doing a hot dog eating contest on the show next week.
Cool. I'll just have my little 2 hot dogs and fold.
First to eat 5 hot dogs gets extra credit in the radio practicum class.
Wow. Might
No,
be worth it.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
We got to
at
get
all.
clearance, but yeah, I mean, it's a heck of a sport. Joey Chestnut, he got 62 this past July 4th. It's held every July 4th because it's the most American sport out of any sport, even baseball. And yeah, I mean, there's really not much to the rules. It's just how many hot dogs can you fit in your stomach in 10 minutes? And I mean, it's just the most simple, but I mean, if that doesn't like just scream America, like I don't know what does. You know, it's just the part that I loved most about this past year was the fact that it was like raining and
Rained
thunderstorming. They were gonna
away,
like
yeah.
cancel it, and
That
Joey
was
Chestnut comes
hilarious.
out.
I was like, what?
Joey Chestnut comes out. He's just like, "We're doing this. You know what? Like we're it's still on." And you know, he
Yeah.
lives for
It's
this.
just awful to think
And you
about.
could bet on it. Like you on Prize Picks, it was over.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's probably like minus like 99999 to like win, but
Bad for his, I feel bad for his toilet. Awful.
I can't
How
imagine.
he's so thin at. He's
Yeah,
like he's
he's
just
not
over
big.
210 pounds.
He
or
trains
whatever.
all year for that. I mean,
I guess.
he probably just yaks it up right afterwards, not to
Yeah,
get
there's no
too
way
in
he
depth.
does.
I mean,
but
a fast metabolism will take care of all that
How many
too.
calories is that?
He just
I'm gonna do the math and I'm gonna tell you how many calories that is.
get back to us on that, yeah, because that's very interesting. But
Testing him out, I'll tell you that.
yeah, I mean, this is basically a segment about Joey Chestnut because he is the face of the hot dog eating contest. But
I don't think I want to be the face of that.
this guy lives for it, and I mean, he is well known around America, so you got to give him that. Like he is a celebrity. Like I just saw him get interviewed on Barstool Sports like maybe a few weeks ago only.
Celebrity for eating.
23,000 calories.
23,000.
It's a good bulk.
Unbelievable. So yeah, 76 hot dogs. Anybody thinks they can beat it,
How do you even start? Just like
try it out. Yeah, I mean,
Like,
you
how
just
do you get into that as
hot
a
dog for
Yeah,
like
right. That's
competitive eating contest.
How do you train?
I don't know. But yeah, so that is our
ketchup?
obscure sport. Yeah, that's the thing. I gotta have some ketchup on my dogs.
I like to enjoy my food.
Yeah.
no
Are they
bun is
even
so
cooked
crazy,
all the way?
bro.
I wonder if he like ever eats hot dogs like normally, like if that's just like one
I
time a
feel like
year.
it's a one time a year.
He's just
thing.
gonna
You
slam
can't do
70
that.
some hot
It's
dogs,
rare.
and then the rest of the year he just doesn't even touch them. Like he passes by a Portillo's and he's just
Right,
like, heck
like,
no, like
no,
I'm not.
Oh, no, man, that
I'm also
would be
curious what his
horrible.
food bill is, to be honest with you, because if he eats like that, not exactly like that, but if he eats like 4 times as much as a normal person,
Like imagine being that guy's waiter. Like you're just like, what can I get started for? Or like here's your appetizer,
Nice
and he
tip
just
for me, though.
downs it. He
He
just
goes
downs
down
his
the menu.
appetizer, and he's like, okay, I'm ready for my entree.
yeah,
like
before they come back. Yeah.
yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, I highly recommend that you all participate in the hot dog eating contest next year. Sign up for it.
I refuse.
Refuse. Pass.
On to a more normal sport, I guess you can say. We got our first real segment of the day here. Past our opening segment, we got the Hawks homecoming. As UW Whitewater has their homecoming game coming up this Saturday against UW Platteville. And UW Platteville was a team that they actually lost to last season, and UW Platteville was kind of like a surprising, one of those trap games where they lost 17-13. But they're 6-1 now. They've only lost to UW La Crosse by 3 points. Otherwise, they've been totally perfect. They beat UW Stout last weekend at Perkins Stadium, and now they got the homecoming/Hall of Fame game. So, opening thoughts on this game, because UW Platteville, despite being 4-3 on the year and 2-2 in conference, they're always sneaky good. I mean, they easily took care of UW Stevens Point back on October 7th, which is their homecoming. Think about that. But they only lost to UW La Crosse by 4. And they against UW River Falls. I guess they don't play River Falls this week or this year. Oh wait, yeah, there it is. Okay, 27-16, they lost to River Falls. But close games against some of the best teams, and here we go against UW Whitewater, like their last real competitive team that well, not necessarily, but their last ranked team they'll have to play in the WEAC. So, opening thoughts on how this homecoming game is going to go. We'll start over here with Jalen.
Like I said, Monday, I believed we are going to take it pretty well. Defense played a lot better last week against Stout, and the offense looked good, even though Tamir Thomas was down. But it was good to say that our quarterback is able to run the ball for 2 touchdowns, too.
Yeah.
So I believe we're going to be perfectly fine this week.
Okay, so a full confidence in UW Whitewater here. Austin, any different?
Yeah, this week we finally, Alec Ogden got to passing the ball more. He had 40 attempts, which was nice to see, with 281 yards and 2 touchdowns with an interception, but still, I feel like we were a really run-heavy team, and I like to see that we can throw the ball as well.
Right, and 90 yards on the ground for him and 2 touchdowns there, so like 4 touchdowns total. He had himself a game against UW Stout, and I mean, yeah, he's like turning into one of those dual threat guys, kind of like we've seen with like Caleb Blaha, Mitch Wechter, all those different guys we saw with like Kobe Berghammer and Oshkosh. There's just a lot of different guys that in the WEAC that are like dual threat quarterbacks, and I feel like we haven't had that in a while. We had it with Max Myler a little bit, but Alec Ogden the past few weeks has just been running it on the ground. And again, with Tamir Thomas out, that was very big. Elijah Marpar also, kudos to him. He also had 12 attempts, 71 yards, so not shabby as well. But Adam, your thoughts on this homecoming game?
Yeah, last year, watching that game, Platteville, they did really well. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game, 24-21 maybe. I think it'll be a one possession for sure. So, I mean, I'm excited to see how we do, but we're for sure going to have to stop all the big plays that they're going to have too. So, it'll be important.
Yeah, because this is a team that does move the ball quite well. I mean, 440 yards a game they average.
Yeah, it's huge.
That's very impressive, but they do give up a decent amount, giving up about 300 yards a game there as well. Nazir, any different thoughts on how this homecoming game will go?
I'm nervous, man. I'm like looking at their schedule that they've had. I mean, every win that they've had has been a blowout, but every loss they've had has been less than a touchdown. So, like, it could literally go either way at this point. Because, I mean, if Whitewater turns over the ball like they have been for the last, 3 weeks against this team, things could get really ugly. And that would, I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I think we're going to win, but, by 3. It'll be, it'll, come down to the wire
It'll
again.
be a very close game.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a blowout whatsoever. Because, literally, the 2 ranked teams that they played this year is obviously River Falls and La Crosse, and maybe someone else before that. But they lost to River Falls 27-16, which is just 11 points. I mean, it's not a huge margin. And then they lost to La Crosse by 4. So, I mean, it could go either way, but I think we got it. I really do think we got it.
Yeah, here's hoping that they kind of realized from last year that this is not a trap game. This is a This is a big thing, and this is not going to be an easy game, just like UW Stout. It's like.
And they lost to Michigan Tech 24-20.
Yeah.
So I mean, this team's good though. Every other game they play is a blowout.
And what's even more impressive is that Michigan Tech is a D2 school. So the fact that they only lost to a D2 school by 4 points.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's impressive.
Week 3 too.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Very impressive. Yeah. So, Kisanye, thoughts on how this homecoming game will shake out?
I co-sign. I mean, I feel like we're gonna win, but it should be close. And who likes a blowout, anyways? I want to.
That's true.
Right. You want a closer
be on
game.
my toes throughout the game. So, yeah. But this team tough for sure. But we should get
It's
the
just
job done.
playoff implications that are in the
Big
mix.
time.
If we lose, we're out.
Yeah,
Unless La Crosse loses. Well, even if La Crosse loses, we're still out probably. But
Yeah, that's the thing. With 2 losses, it would be tough to swing into a playoff game. I mean, maybe. I think that there's a possibility that they might get all 3 WEAC teams in, but probably not. That's the thing. It's one of these teams that is in the top 10 right now is probably not going to get in the playoffs. And right now it would be River Falls most likely. But I mean, you got La Crosse at 4, you got Whitewater at 5, and you got River Falls at 8. So I mean, that's just
River Falls got to play. They actually got to play lacrosse.
they got to play
They still gotta play
lacrosse still.
so
So
they
yeah,
can.
and that's the thing. If
they barely beat Oshkosh.
right. But if River Falls somehow beats Lacrosse, what does the committee do? That's how I think a possibility of 3 teams getting in, because who do you exclude at that point?
Yeah.
I just don't see it, because they're all close games. It's not like one team really blew out another one. Obviously, we'll see with Lacrosse or River Falls, but UW Whitewater only beat the Falcons by 7. Lacrosse only beat us by 3. So I mean, they've all been super close. I just don't know how you exclude any of those teams.
River Falls has like a pretty hard schedule moving forward. They got Stout, Lacrosse, and Oshkosh, which is
Right.
not the three teams you would want to face the final 3 weeks.
Kind of a gauntlet at the end of the year. But like I think that if it comes down to it, Whitewater's strength of schedule will definitely help them. The fact that they played 6 top 25 teams within the first 6 weeks is just, I mean, mind-boggling. And they went
Hopefully.
5-1 in those games.
Hopefully they look at that though. Sometimes they don't even care about that. It's just about the record at that point.
It's
But
very true.
I don't know.
Going back to this UW Platteville game, I am in agreement. I think UW Whitewater is going to win, but it's going to be a very close game. But I just think that they're going to be on more of alert. I think that last year we were kind of looking ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, okay, well, here's the UW Platteville team that, you know, they haven't been very good in years past. We're going to be able to just kind of come in here and, you know, take an easy dub. But it's just not the case anymore. And I mean, really, no disrespect to these schools, but the only easy dubs in the WEAC are Eau Claire and Stevens Point. And even then, it's like you still have to work against those teams. You can't be asleep at the wheel by any means.
Yeah, they still want to
Play
win.
down to
Right.
competition.
And they're in the WEAC. Like, it's just, you know, any team can beat any team in conference. It's like a division game in, like, the NFL.
These are the hardest games.
One thing I will say is that UW Whitewater has struggled against the pass and that a little bit this year. That's where UW Platteville really succeeds. However, the Warhawk defense has looked a lot better in their secondary in the last few weeks. But you got Michael Priami for UW Platteville, their quarterback, who's not really much of a dual threat guy. He's 23 rushes on the year for only 27 yards and a touchdown. They got a couple different running backs. They kind of have like a 2 quarterback thing going on. They have Carl Richardson, another junior who's only played 4 games this year. But, I mean, this is a team that, again, scores a lot of points, but also gives up a lot of points. So I expect somewhat of a shootout here, maybe, and which we kind of thought with Stout, and we didn't really get at first, but then it started ramping up to that.
Yeah.
So I just think that this is going to be one where everybody's on the edge of their seats, but I just don't have as bad of a feeling about it as like, you know, you might have coming off of a loss from this team last year.
Yeah. You know what's still crazy though is Tamir's still leading the WEAC in rushing yards, which is like kind of wild to me. I don't know why. He hasn't played like a lot, I would say, in the last 2-3 weeks.
Right.
I'd agree with that, yeah.
But that's still wild to me.
1,000 yards.
He was head and shoulders above everybody else. It was just crazy.
Yeah, if he played like that all year, he'd have over 1,000 yards probably.
Easily.
Which is crazy to think about,
But yeah, this is going to be a good game. Again, 1 p.m. start time, not the 2 p.m. start time like it was against Stout last week. It is the homecoming game, the Hall of Fame game for UW Whitewater. They got 10 inductees getting into the Hall of Fame afterwards. It's going to be a heck of a game, but definitely one you're going to want to tune in for. The second to last home game of the season for UW Whitewater. After this, they got Stevens Point and Eau Claire. So again, a little bit of an easier end to their schedule, but you got to win this one. You got to win this one.
One game at a time.
It becomes a must-win game, and you're just focused purely on the Pioneers right now. But yeah, that again, 1 p.m. It's going to be on UWW-TV. 91.7 The Edge will be broadcasting that one. They also got it on 105.9 The Hog. So a lot of different ways you can tune into that one, or you can come to the game if you're on campus. So definitely one you're going to want to check out. But moving on to our next topic of the day, we have got the NBA first reactions. As you all know, the NBA season just started up not too long ago. In fact, on Tuesday. And not every team has played yet. But from the teams that we have seen, what were some of your first reactions? You know, do you think any differently than you did when we did our preview last week? And we're also going to talk a little bit about how some of tonight's games will shake out in a little bit. But starting over here with Gisanye, first reactions from this NBA season so far.
Okay, so nobody get on my heels, and I have the right to feel a little worried. But Boston scares me a lot. And I know the Bucks play tonight. They ain't got to play yesterday. They played tonight. But your fourth option is scoring 30. Your third option is scoring 30, and that's just like not settling for me.
He's
And,
really the fourth option.
Really, yeah. Really, how you want to put it, he's going 30 with ease. And Tatum, someone called, didn't one of y'all call Tatum as MVP this year? I don't remember. Someone said that or not, but he play on another level.
Yeah.
It's early, but yeah, I'm nervous about Boston. That team is too deep.
Yeah, I said between Luca and Tatum, it was a pick 'em.
Yep, Luca out his mind too. He ruined Wemby's debut. So
Triple dub for Luka Doncic there.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean the Celtics was a little concerning to see Kristaps Porzingis go off, but as we kind of said, like Kristaps might have been even the better pickup between him and Drew Holiday because he's just going to be a crucial aspect I think of that team and a very good big man. But yeah, it was a little concerning to see the fact that Jaylen Brown only had 11 and Boston was still able to pull it out against
left hand.
a Knicks team that ultimately was a playoff team last year. They got to the second round, so they're not the caliber of those other high teams in the East, but they're still a good squad. So,
this looked good too.
Nazir, first thoughts on any of the games in the NBA last night
gotta-
or the night before?
I got to get some off my chest, man. I said it on the list last night. I'll say it again. Anthony Davis makes me so
Oh,
mad.
man,
He makes me so
0
mad.
points.
It makes me
Yes,
sick.
He is so sickening to watch in his prime. And LeBron James is 38 years old, and he's still the best player on the Lakers. It makes
Yep.
no sense.
Yeah, he
'Cause
makes
Anthony
none.
Davis is 28 or 29 or one of
Yeah.
those. And he put up 17 points in the first half. Cool. No rebounds. And then second half, he put up 7 rebounds and no points, and they lost. If everybody else on the team shot 54% from the field as like a collective team, besides Anthony Davis, which is like, it was just pathetic. And I know he's going to have better games, but he's going to be on a stretcher in about 2 weeks probably. So, I mean, it's like,
Day-to-day Davis.
man, I mean, it's just so upsetting to watch. I also agree with Keys that I'm a little nervous about Boston because Porzingis. I wish we got him, but I call him Porzingis. But I wish we got him. But yeah, he looks amazing. I was telling my friend yesterday he got a steal in fantasy. So yeah, I love Porzingis though. So I'm a little nervous about them, but we'll see what happens tonight. We're probably gonna blow them out, but
Yeah, for
see what
sure.
happens.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, Anthony Davis, that's why I was like debating, is him and LeBron really like the best
No.
duo in the league? I don't know. I
Maybe 5 more.
don't have a lot of faith in Anthony Davis ever. But yeah, it was a disappointing loss for Lakers for sure, even though they were going up against last year's champions.
Yep.
Adam, first takes on what happened in the NBA season so far.
Yeah, just to try to go off that a little bit. With Anthony Davis, to be fair, he is a man of his word. He hasn't missed a game yet this season, so
We got clap
we're
for that.
Wow.
I mean,
we're gonna give that to him.
I mean, kind of missed it second half.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
he
played half
You
the
went
game.
missing.
You're right, so I'm not being there. Yeah, but I really liked I liked the Mavs game.
That was a good one.
I thought they did
Fun.
well. And then, like you guys said too, with the Celtics, that was a little scary to watch, to be honest. But
They did play the Knicks though.
They
We gotta
kept
keep that in mind.
stealing
That's fair,
the ball
that's fair.
though. They had like 3 consecutive.
and with the Bucks tonight, this team we're going against is up there too. So I'm excited.
It's just Embiid.
So.
Could be worse.
Yeah, you're right.
Maxing, I mean,
They're not down there, I guess. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they got tonight. So
all right, Austin, on to you.
The Thunder looked really good, in my opinion.
Young team.
The
Played the Bulls.
Bulls.
I love Char.
The Bulls did shoot pretty bad, but I feel like their offense, they were just in sync.
They were clicking.
I feel like they're gonna do good. Mavs game, Luca. Right now I feel like he's got MVP. Wemby, he looked good, but he didn't get in the paint that much.
They didn't give him the
he
ball.
wasn't- That's true. They did not pass
First game
until like
blues.
the
They
fourth quarter.
I
but-
swear to God, every time I saw Wemby like open, they would not pass to him. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
And he was.
They genuinely did
Shooting.
not want to give it to
They're
him.
trying to
think they
humble
get
him
the
early.
ball
Yeah,
up there
it's
high
crazy.
enough, so-
I was like, dude, he's 7'3" and he can move like KD.
He should be taking
Get him the
25
ball.
shots a
Like,
game.
I mean, that's just my,
For
my
real.
It
opinion.
just, it looks like when he was trying to back down Grant Williams, it wasn't working.
Yeah, that was
Like,
you gotta eat some
chicken.
He's got to be able to
Get
do
some
that,
chicken.
especially against a shorter guy.
I agree. He's 19 though.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I'll give him
he's a
that.
kid.
I mean, to be fair, like he
Almost
he was
honest.
battling foul trouble, like
Yeah,
kind
that
of all
too.
game. He did. I mean, he was good down the stretch. Like he was kind of like a disappointing game, and it was kind of annoying me a little bit because like even though I knew it was going to happen,
Yeah.
like everybody just kept talking about him, and he's like, "Oh, Victor Wembanyama first game." And it was like, well, he really hasn't had a good first game yet. He was like sitting at like 6 points at the time, and they're all talking about, well, we all came into this game obviously for Victor Wembanyama and stuff like that, and it's like he hasn't done anything. But yeah, I mean, he did end up with 15. He scored 9 down the stretch. He had, it's a decent debut, and it was also the same exact stats as Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
a little crazy, but he did get it done in less minutes. But yeah, I mean, Luka Doncic, he's going to be otherworldly. The thing is, are the Mavericks going to give him help? That's always the key,
I don't know.
is the rest of his team going to come to play? Because when they do, they got a good squad. I mean, Kyrie Irving's your number 2 on that team.
looked good.
He looked good in that game.
He was having fun out there, man.
Yeah.
He almost made a shot over Wemby. It was
Oh, yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like a
Some of
dirty
his
shot.
layups.
The layup is man.
He's just one of those players where I feel like he will like come and then he'll just like disappear sometimes, and it just happens periodically throughout the year.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he'll just be on fire, top of his game, and then fall off. But who knows? He looked good yesterday. So, Jalen, thoughts on the first couple games of the NBA season? What surprised you? What stood out to you?
What surprised me was the how bad Scoot looked. I mean,
Oh yeah, he was
Oh,
bad.
sorry.
He was
Don't get me
bad.
That wasn't my rookie.
Don't get me
We
started,
good.
bro. He's my rookie of the year, bro. He looked horrible.
Yeah, that was bad.
he
Yeah.
did not look good to me. I was like, oh, well, it is the first game, but we expected him to be up there like Dame already, and that's not gonna happen. But
0 points in the first half.
Yeah,
Man,
that was
in
tough.
fantasy, man. That was sickening.
Memphis is so
Negative
overrated
75,
to me.
7-5.
Yep.
Memphis is overrated, and my Chicago Bulls are terrible. They're trash. So have to have a players only meeting after the first game is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it was a
Where was
little-
this all in training camp?
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't get it.
That's when you want to work out the
Exactly.
kinks.
Being a Chicago fan is just ridiculous. It's like putting a knife to your heart, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was a tough game against the Thunder for sure. But like I said, I think the Thunder are going to be a lot better than. I think everybody kind of has increasing expectations for the Thunder every year just because of how young they are, how many picks they have, and
set.
they should be set for a while. Like if they draft well and they have
They
like
usually do.
even if they don't even if they miss on a couple, like they have the picks to
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
You
Like
can always trade the picks,
yeah,
too,
exactly. Trade for better guys if you want to go into win now mode. But yeah, something that surprised me a little was the fact that the Heat only beat the Pistons by 1. I mean,
That didn't surprise me because they ain't got no backcourt.
yeah, I mean it was
Told you they gonna struggle.
it was an okay game for both squads. I mean, don't get me wrong,
30,
Cade Cunningham
no free
had
throws.
30.
He looked
He
really
looked
good.
really good.
Free throws is tough.
Cade nice.
Yeah, he had a great game. Jimmy Butler, he had a double-double. He had 19-13. Kevin Love pitched in. Bam was the leader. But, I mean, somebody that didn't look all that good was Tyler Hero. He had 16, but he was just awful in his shots. Missed a lot. I know that he's not like a superstar necessarily, but you expect him to like keep taking that next step. And even he was like, I think I'm going to take that next step. Well, we haven't seen it yet. But yeah, I mean,
I hope he does, though.
Yeah.
Great player.
they did. I mean, he's a Wisconsin product after all. He came from Wisconsin, so
We beat him in his last high school game.
Yep.
Fun fact.
that's all. Yeah, I mean, that had to be crazy playing against him, though.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
35 on it.
35 in a high school game is crazy. Yeah, but besides that, I mean, I just kind of echoed the same stuff that you guys said. Boston looked very good with Kristaps. I mean, that's going to be scary if we get that Kristaps all year round. But hopefully not for the Bucks'
I
sake.
think it's gonna happen though.
It probably will, man. I
That
love
pick and
Chris
roll
Nickel,
gonna
man.
be.
It's
No,
disgusting.
I like
Yeah.
that.
And yeah, so I mean, looking forward to today's games. Who do you like? You got the Bucks and the 76ers, the James Harden-less 76ers. He was apparently ready to travel with the team, and they were like, nope, we're good. Like,
Yeah.
no, you're not coming on here. You can't.
Prepare to play at home.
Yeah, you can't have one practice and come play with the team. It just destroys the chemistry. And then they also got Suns Lakers, both of those teams getting into their second game already. So predictions on what we might see tonight, starting with Nazir.
No Booker, no Beal, just KD and Grayson Allen. I mean, I got Lakers by 2, but you know, Suns are still gonna play it pretty well. I feel like they have a good coach. So, I got the Bucks by like a blowout, but I wouldn't be surprised if Embiid somehow drops like 40 tonight.
He always plays so good against
Yeah.
us for
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
Against us, he just plays
Just
out of
be
his
up
mind.
him, though.
Fresh.
I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped 40. So
Yeah.
that's just my thought.
I don't think that's gonna happen at all.
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, you
know,
got Maxey
Brooke
there
did good
too.
on him though.
when he plays Giannis, there's a different Embiid that just comes out, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but first game though, I don't really like just like
body's
first
not
games
sore
like
yet.
really early. They don't normally do like that much. I
I
mean,
mean, Booker dropped
in
36.
my opinion.
It is an interesting storyline that
Thomas.
in Adrian Griffin's first game, he's going to face the coach he was under in Toronto with Nick Nurse there.
I love it. I wish we got Nurse, but
Yeah.
I mean, I like Griffin too.
I think Griffin is going to be a good coach. I mean, I just love the fact that the players are saying like there's more energy in practice. Like, you know, it's not like lollygagging around anymore, especially Jay Crowder was somebody who echoed that. And I think Crowder is going to be utilized a lot more this
hope so.
season. I really hope
We got
so.
him for no reason.
Right, and it's like, I mean, that was one of the biggest things about Bud was not just his play calling and stuff like that, but just the
Yeah.
fact that like he would not utilize guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially Bobby. He never wanted to.
He never wanted to put Bobby in. It was
in.
crazy.
Yeah.
When Bobby was in, he played amazing, but like he'll
Exactly.
take him out as soon as he starts playing.
Exactly.
Makes no
Killed
sense.
us.
Exactly, and then I mean, not using Jay Crowder was just inexcusable.
Yeah.
Inexcusable. I mean, we didn't really use Serge Ibaka either.
Oh,
and I mean, I
man.
know he was
That made
He could
me
did
mad, too.
something.
he was on the downhill, but like, come on, he got like
Rebound.
no minutes.
Yeah, rebound machine. Put somebody in the paint. We got bigs on the bench and we do not use them. It
Like
makes no
Bud,
sense.
we're giving you the pieces.
Yeah.
Put the puzzle together.
Gosh, it makes no sense.
Adam, thoughts on tonight's games? Who do you think's going to win?
I got the Bucks by, we'll go 12 here.
Oh, okay.
And then,
Sizable margin.
yeah, and then the Suns, honestly, I think a little more than that.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
Without two of the
They'll
big
be
three,
over.
I think KD's gonna.
We still got Nurkic.
Yeah,
Well, with how
Go.
AD's playing, we'll see. But,
yeah. Which AD are we gonna get tonight?
yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
Wouldn't be surprised if like last minute. Oh, he's got a nosebleed. He's out for the game, guys.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
Austin, thoughts on tonight's games?
Sixers without Harden, I don't see them beating the Bucks. Sixers they're on the downfall now. But Kevin Durant, his virus is continuing to spread, getting his big three out all the time. So
Yeah.
I can't believe that they have yet to play together as three. But Suns did look good, but I just feel like the Lakers will beat them just because injuries.
Coming off a loss too. Jalen, thoughts on tonight's games?
Dame's gonna look good. I'm gonna say that Dame and Giannis, they'll probably do a lot of pick and roll, pick and pop. They'll probably put up 20 each, 25 at the most. I say they'll win comfortably, and with the Phoenix Suns and the Lakers, I was gonna go with the Lakers, but how AD looked in Game 1, I just can't trust them right
Can't
now.
do it no more.
So it's like, if anything, I say Phoenix take the plus 5.5 or whatever the point spread is. Victory spread, so I say take
I
Phoenix.
think
if
it'll be a
anything.
close game.
Cover yourself.
Keys.
It's so disappointing about the Lakers, man, because they're just doing Bron so wrong, man. Like, I feel bad for him. Like, I'll go take some shots for him or something. I'll give him effort. I'll give him some effort, man. No, but I'm being biased. I want Lakers to win. AD, you know, he got his medicine, so he no longer sick, and he gonna be good. Bucks, they gonna get the job done. I'm not worried about that game. And real quick, why have we not just discussed the NBA rankings before the season? I know it's kind of too late now, but it was some of them numbers was crazy.
It's atrocious. Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
especially Russ, it was crazy.
the experts always get those wrong. I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, I think Damian Lillard, he had his best statistical season last year,
Yeah.
and he stayed at the same spot. It's like, it doesn't make any sense, but yeah, they were very atrocious. They were very bad. I think that the Bucks will win tonight. I think it's going to be a little closer than you guys than everybody else predicted. Even without Harden, I think Dame is going to be a tad rusty still. I don't think he has broken out of that yet, but
He hasn't played since like February, right?
yeah, I mean, he played a couple preseason games, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be like this explosive start. I think he'll get like 20, but I just think it won't be anything impressive to start.
yeah.
But I still think that they'll get it done. I think that Giannis will take any load that he needs to. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But it's just the way I'm feeling. I think the Lakers will win this game as well over Phoenix, even with AD not playing that great. No Booker, no Beal. I think it'll be a close game for sure. But I got the Lakers. And, we got our first games on TNT tonight, too, which is exciting. Exciting. I love when the Inside the NBA crew is announcing our games
hilarious.
much better than ESPN. All right, so there we go. That is the NBA First Take. And now, on everybody's favorite segment of Thursday. I'm not really sure if that is, but we got the Hawk Talk Fly-In 5 coming at you here with 3 picks
Get that first game.
of those first of games that I chose that I think are going to be some of the closest. Then we get the Lock of the Week, Upset of the Week. Taking a look at last week's standings. Jalen had 2 correct there, and so a total of 5 points for Jalen. For everybody else, I should have done this before. I completely forgot to add up the points before. We got Austin, who had 0 this week, unfortunately.
It was tough.
Tough week. Adam
Atrocious.
had 0
Yep.
as well.
Don't worry, I got you.
I'm him.
Atrocious.
Nazir had,
Points for being wrong on 5 picks. I just need to say that.
oops, it signed me out. That's awesome. Okay, well, I'll still be able to calculate it here. But Nazir, I think, won the week. He had 2. He had the Broncos correct, the Eagles correct. His lock was actually the only one that hit out of everybody's with Kansas City over the Chargers. So that was 4 there, plus another 3 with Jacksonville over New Orleans. So 7 points on the week for him. The only one he got wrong was the one everybody got wrong. That was Lions over Baltimore.
Man, that was
Yeah.
bad.
What about the Bills versus the Patriots?
Yeah.
bro?
That game,
Marlon
The Bills over the
That was my
Patriots was
lock.
disgusting.
Yeah.
How do
They
you
were like
lose to this
10-some,
Mac Jones
8-some
team, dude?
favorites.
I mean, how? Like, this is just, it was ridiculous. But
Mac Jones.
so yeah, Nazir had 7, so he won the week. Then we had Kisanye, who had Atlanta beat Tampa Bay, right? Yeah, so that's 3 right there. So 3 on the day, got the upset pick right.
Got me one.
And then I had 4. I had the Eagles and then I had the Giants over Washington as my upset. So
That's
finally out of the basement, finally out of last place.
Who's last?
Me.
Adam is last,
It's okay.
unfortunately. But again, still anybody's game.
That was global football,
We'll calculate the points here. Jalen is at 22. Austin is sitting at 15. Adam's sitting at 9. Nazir sitting at 20. Keith is sitting at 15. And I am sitting
Close.
at 13.
Wait, am I in the lead now?
You are in second behind Jalen. Jalen is still at
telling you I'm
22. 22 points.
Only 2 behind, bro.
2 behind, so it is
I'm at 7. We
anybody's
gotta go big.
game there. And I'm very excited for this slate of games because I think that this is a very competitive 5 here. We got Vikings at Packers, Bengals at Niners, Jaguars at Steelers are the 3 games we're going to predict, and then the Lock of the Week, Upset of the Week. So, without further ado, let's start the Week 8 edition of the Hawk Talk Fly-In 5, and we are going to start with Adam here. Adam, Vikings at Packers, Minnesota favored by 2.5. Who do you have in this one?
Yeah, whatever I pick, you should probably just do the opposite. But going over 5 last week wasn't great, but I'm going to go with the Vikings, honestly. And I hate to say it because I'm a Packer fan, but Vikings beat San Fran. Packers lost to the 34 ranked Broncos, so
34.
I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Yeah, I was. Don't even get me started.
That's probably a good pick. Right
Yeah.
So yeah, Vikings is Adam's pick. We're going to go over here to Austin. Austin, who do you have in this one?
I
I feel like whenever everyone writes off the Packers, like they
That's when they do
surprise
good, yeah.
everybody and they win. But
They listen to the show.
I
the
never
Vikings
writ-
did just beat the 49ers, and the Packers have looked. Jordan Love has looked worse and worse every day. So I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Yep, that was a great win by Minnesota too. Something I did not see coming.
Shot.
Yeah, that was my lock.
Minnesota. Yeah, that was my luck as well. I know how you feel. Brock Purdy is just not him. Real
Told
easy,
you.
real
Never
easy to look
was.
good when
Told you.
Yeah,
when you
system
got
quarterback.
real good to look good
Stop it.
I can throw
when you
with
got
him.
the Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk on your team.
And Kittle.
Yeah.
Kittle, yeah, I mean, and he doesn't even utilize Kittle either. Jalen, Vikings at Packers.
I'm going to roll with the Vikings. It's a good pick right there. Even I don't know why they're not favored by more, knowing how the Packers played last week.
Yeah.
But,
That's facts.
but hey, I'm taking the Vikings.
Vegas knows.
Got the Vikes. Okay, over to Keith.
Okay, man. I'm be stubborn. I'm going Packers.
Oh,
Goodness, man.
You better stop being stubborn, bro.
there we go.
They not. They
I mean,
just-
it'll reflect in
they
the
hurt
points
you,
count.
No, the defense
This
is
is
going
good.
to get after Kirk enough.
Yeah,
He don't succeed against us. And
it is in Green Bay, so you never know. I mean, Lambeau
got the
Field.
crowd behind Jordan,
Yeah,
even though we lost at home before. It don't matter. You know, we gonna be good.
got the Packers. All right, Nazir, who do you have in this one?
Vikings.
Viking. No explanation needed.
Not a debate.
How does I
It'll
explain?
be close
I don't
though.
got no
20 to
faith.
17. That's my prediction. They like close games. Both teams do.
I'm rolling with Keys here. I'm going with Green Bay. I just can't pick against my hometown team, even though I said I was going to if they lost to the Broncos. But we're still rolling with them. The train goes on. Do or
Till I
die.
die.
Yeah, Adam might get a win this week.
Okay, so that takes care of that one. 2 Packer picks, 4 Vikings picks. But now on to maybe some of the more interesting games of the week. We got Cincinnati at San Francisco. The Niners coming off of 2 losses in a row. The Bengals 3-3. Don't really know what to make of them yet.
I do.
This is a tough game to predict, but San Francisco is favored by 3. Who do we have? Austin, we're starting over here with you.
This is tough, honestly.
I hate it.
Is it really that hard?
It's
Yeah,
Yes,
Brock
it
Purdy
is.
and
It
Debo
looks-
not playing.
It looks hard, but it's not.
That's Sam Darnold.
It's,
Sam Darnold is the GOAT. He's the
Are we
next
being
Steve
for
Young,
real
they
right
said.
now?
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals on this one.
You're going Cincinnati, huh?
What are we doing?
That's an
I'm gonna
upset.
I'm gonna
Come on
keep
now,
rolling
they
with
can't
Jamar
protect
Chase.
you.
What are we doing?
Nick
Jamar
getting right
Chase.
through that.
points. We need points.
Jalen.
Fred Warner now.
This is not ideal, especially with T. Higgins available too. But he took part 2 hours ago. Brock Purdy took part in practice, so I'm gonna roll with the 49ers to bounce back, and they're at home too. So
49ers.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's split decision right now. Keys, you want to break the tie?
Indeed, and I'm gonna go 49ers. Defense is better.
49ers.
Although they look, they gonna get to him.
even though I got the
Okay.
49ers defense on fantasy, I'm not starting them this week.
Yeah, dog.
Putting in the Jets.
Nazir.
Got Niners, man, by 2 touchdowns. That's like,
2 tutties.
you guys are tripping, man. The
Yeah, I
Bengals
mean,
are so
I swear, like-
overrated. The Bengals are like the Grizzlies, bro. They're just overrated, man. I don't see the hype at all, like whatsoever. Jamar Chase, that's it.
They gotta protect him, man.
Adam, what are you thinking here?
I got the 49ers as well. I'm rolling with my team here.
The Niners aren't losing 3 straight.
Rolling with the Niners. I agree. I think that despite, even if Brock Purdy doesn't play, I just think the Niners pass rush is going to be unbelievable. And Cincinnati's O-line sucks.
The best defensive player in football is Fred Warner right now.
Yep.
Best O line in
You got Nick Bosa there. You got so many good guys.
Greenlaw still.
Yeah.
but
Greenlaw's
it's something
there.
that's
They got
just-
Randy Gregory there, who has
they
been
did.
okay. He's-
And
It's just something when you don't count Burrow. When you count Burrow to go out, he come back and throw 300 yards.
3 picks.
Yeah, that's why he's not on my fantasy team anymore. I traded him. I needed more consistency because he either gets you like 30 or he gets you like 5.
Exactly.
So
So-
that's.
I'm not convinced at all.
But I mean, we don't have the curse. We don't have like the everybody picked them curse, which has not been great the last few weeks. The Chargers, they lost when everybody picked them. The Lions lost when everybody picked them. But we got
It's gonna be my
Austin
luck.
for picking the
I
Bengals.
make
So yeah.
I'll be the lone wolf. I got a feeling. I don't know.
Okay, so next we got the Jaguars against Pittsburgh. The Jaguars, I know Jalen and Nazir feel really good about them after picking them as underdogs last week, which
Heck yeah,
didn't
I
make a
told
lot of
you.
sense.
It
But
did. I mean, come
Made
on
sense.
now.
Are a bum.
No, it didn't make a lot of sense that they were underdogs. That
Oh,
it did.
yeah. That didn't make sense at all.
The pick was fantastic, but I just don't know how they thought they were
Horrifying, that's
underdogs.
why.
But Jacksonville is not underdogs this week. They are favored to win by only 2.5, though. Pittsburgh is kind of a surprising 4-2 right now, despite Matt Canada. So, on to Jalen here. Jags at Steelers. Who do you have?
I'm gonna have to roll with the Jags. I mean, I'm not. Pittsburgh is just playing out of this world right now, and I don't trust Kenny Pickett at all one bit. So, and when you look at their points forward and points allowed, it's negative. They got 103 and they gave up like 127. So, and the Jaguars are a very offensive team, so I'm taking the Jaguars.
That is very true. Okay, one for the Jags. Keys, who do you have?
Oh, this is tough.
No, it's
because
not.
That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. This was harder than the
Steelers-
last one.
The Steelers' defense is real, and they put, Kenny in position to not have to do too much for them to beat. They beat Matthew Stafford and them twice already.
How they defense real? Baltimore gave up 97, and they gave up 127. They got the most practically in their division. Points allowed.
You see what they did to the Browns. But Jaguars chewed up the Saints defense, and that's a great defense. I don't know. I'm gonna roll with Jags.
Jaguars.
This is tough.
It's a tough game. Probably one of the toughest ones of the week.
They also 3-0 at home. I mean 3-0 on the road. So
Interesting.
I think
I don't mind being wrong, though.
I think I'm gonna roll with the Jags too. I mean, the Steelers. I just don't trust Kenny Pickett, like you said, bro.
Agreed.
Never
Just
trust a
can't trust
quarterback
that dude.
with two gloves, bro. You can't do it.
Yep.
Never trust him.
Agreed.
But I love T.J. Watt. Went to my high school.
But they get to the quarterback. It's
yeah.
tough. It's tough.
ETN's gonna go off probably again.
This is
He's
a
been
tough
going off
game.
the past like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is Trevor Lawrence. So
And despite the
I know
Steelers,
Calvin
Calvin
got a lot of
really had a
hatred
bad
for him,
game
but
last week too.
despite the Steelers, he's had a lot of bad games. He's been such a disappointment since week 1.
I agree.
Calvin Ridley's just been a bum.
They don't really
He's-
include him. They don't
he
really
due for
throw
a
him
bounce
that
back.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to Ingram a lot.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk has been
That
on
was a
fire
steal.
lately.
I don't know how Arizona did that. But
Yeah.
That was a steal.
Okay, 3 for the Jaguars. Adam.
Well, this is tough for me, but I trust the Jags, but I need points. So Steelers
Oh.
it is. Steelers it is.
Steelers he rolls with.
Wow.
Interesting.
I like it,
If
actually.
it's
I
right,
love it.
because
Might as well
Let
be an
decision
upset
come back.
pick.
this is real.
I gotta find points somehow.
Might as well be an upset
Austin.
pick.
This is tough. I feel like the Steelers' defense is really good, but the Jags' offense is really good too.
You should pick the Jags because I picked the Steelers.
And he jumped.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna take the Jags.
I was over 5. Trust me. I know what I'm thinking.
Hey, I was too. But
One of us is getting one right this week.
I feel like this is a trap game.
It is.
I feel like this is a trap game.
Definitely is.
Pittsburgh
For sure.
is like the king of trap games too. I mean, they beat like the Ravens. That was a
just
huge
didn't catch
trap
the ball.
game. The Rams, like that was a little closer, but I mean, the reason why I'm like not completely sold on picking Pittsburgh is because of their rush defense. They give up almost 150 yards a game, and like we said, ETN has just been going off the last few weeks, and that's been really the majority of their offense. Trevor Lawrence hasn't been doing all that great, and neither have been their receivers. Ridley hasn't done anything. Christian Kirk has been the go-to guy,
Yeah.
but I mean, like his only touchdown last week, he made kind of something out of nothing in that one.
Texans put up 30 on them.
Yeah,
That's wild. That is wild.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. It's just like, which Steelers team are we going to get?
That's
the
exactly
thing.
what I'm saying.
That's the thing. Because like they can either play fantastic or they can play terrible. And I just feel like the Steelers are kind of like due for that loss. They're a 500 team in my eyes, and they're 4-2 right now. Mike Tomlin's going to keep them over 500, at least when they finish, because that's just what he does.
Yep.
But I just think it's time for a loss there. I got Jacksonville beating them simply because I think ETN is going to fill his quota as he has been doing every single week in rushing yards. So on to the locks of the week here. And we will start with Geese.
Man, locks. All these games look good, but I don't know. This is bad. This is really bad.
You got a lot of
No, it's not. Cheese. I got cheese over Broncos, man.
Chiefs over Broncos.
I know. It took a.
Easy.
No, these games are really good though, or they supposed to be really good, but the
Exactly.
better
On
teams
paper.
been disappointing. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
on paper they're supposed to be good.
Yeah. Oh, it's another lock.
Nazir.
All right, guys. It's my last time doing this unless we lose.
Yep, I know where you're going.
Chargers Bears.
It should be a lock. It should be a lock.
Should be. But you know,
But
I'm scared.
that's why I looked at them like.
Still scared.
I don't know.
I don't trust them.
Now that they found their new starter.
Bro, you playing a D2 quarterback.
Same
They're
with
going
I
to
don't
win by
want to hear
like
it.
20.
You're playing the Chargers. Bro.
Yeah,
Get
Tyler-
it together.
every-
Same with the Lions.
Hey,
like,
he did
it should
real
be a
good
lock.
against the Raiders, like C team, but I mean,
Yeah, he threw 5-yard passes. Come on now. You're going to have to throw the ball down the field this game, bro.
Chargers defense isn't too hot, but I mean, if they can't beat the Bears, who, like, no offense to either squad here, but like, who can they beat? Because the Chargers have not looked great this year.
No.
It's
Oh.
shocking actually.
Okay, we got a Chargers over the Bears. Adam.
All right. I want the Eagles over the Commanders here.
Division game.
That's kind of close.
In
It was a
Washington.
3-point game last time, too.
That's what I'm saying. If
Very
the Commanders
interesting.
get up for the
Overtime.
Eagles,
It was overtime.
you really want your heart going through all that?
Well, you know,
Hey, got it.
Vegas knows.
Austin.
I'm going to go with the Texans over the Panthers.
Okay.
It's
A
going to be
lot?
Stroud versus
Ricky.
Young.
Dang.
Stroud has looked good, and the Panthers are, what, 0-6, 0-7?
Coming off the bye.
Yeah.
Interesting. Houston only favored by 3 in that one. But
Panthers put up points.
Jalen, who do you have as your lock?
Chargers.
Chargers.
Sir.
Chargers over Bears. Okay.
I'm not believing in no D2 quarterback. Come on.
This is a tough one because there's like a lot of games where I think like they should be locks,
Exactly.
but like
Exactly.
will they be?
Exactly.
But and this is one of them where I don't know. I've been going. I was gonna pick Miami, New England, but
After what Miami did to Buffalo,
That's what I was
the
thinking.
thing is,
I mean,
New
not,
England.
New
Yeah,
England, yeah.
they just beat the Bills. I'm not sold on the Bills either, but. And the Patriots do never play good in Miami.
Ravens Cardinals is a lock.
That's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna go with
That's safe.
instead.
Starting Gus Bus this week.
Yeah,
Safe.
I just feel like it's in the Ravens' nature to lose a game like that after just completely blowing out the Lions. But I mean, it just seems so easy, right? Like, I mean, that's
I mean,
a
that's
9.5 point
Seems
game right
so
now.
easy,
That's
but
football for you.
They are on the road. I don't know.
So-
Joshua Dobbs. You never know. On to our upsets, though, and Nazir gets to start this one off. We have upsets. There was one game that we weren't going to be able to pick, and that was Indy and New Orleans because it was a straight pick 'em. There was nobody favoring that one, but the line has changed, and the Saints are now favored by 1. So
Someone
if you
else
want an
picking.
upset, the
Yeah.
Colts
I got to pick that
can
one.
be an
I was
upset. You're
looking
gonna,
at
That's the one I was picking.
you're going to pick them, yeah.
That's the one I was
should
picking.
have upset
I also
LeBron.
have to use the bathroom really bad, so I'll be like right back.
Indianapolis over New Orleans there, and Nazir's going to step out for a quick moment. We got Adam over here. Adam, upset pick. This is where you get your points back. You got to get one here.
Yeah. I had the Colts, but if you want me to choose a new team, I can here.
Yes, because, so what was the rule that I guess we never decided a rule that you couldn't pick a team 2 weeks in a row. You did pick Indianapolis last week. I think that you can't pick them 3 weeks in a row.
I picked the Colts last week.
As your upset pick over Cleveland. Oh, wait, no, that was Austin. Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
okay.
No, you didn't pick them. My
Okay,
bad.
okay,
Go
sweet.
right ahead.
All right, I'll do that.
Indianapolis over New Orleans there. Okay, 2 on that one. Austin, who do you have?
are the Falcons favored in this game?
They are not. Oh, actually, they are. Yes, sorry.
They are?
Yep, by 2.5.
That sucks.
Sorry, I can't read lines right.
This is tough.
They didn't use Bijan at all last week.
No,
He
he had,
was
he had a
sick.
headache. He had a headache.
So
he had
glad
to
I'm not
rest.
one of the people who got Bijan.
No,
Yeah, I thought it was
didn't think-
ridiculous. Dynasty drafts is one thing, but the fact that people were taking him in the first round in like regular redraft leagues, I was like, you guys got to be crazy. Like, come on.
This is a tough.
I think the Panthers.
It's
I mean, I picked Travis Kelsey with my number one pick.
That's understandable, but Bijan, I mean, they didn't even seem to do anything yet.
Right.
Who's the underdog for the Jets Giants?
The Giants are underdogs by 3 points.
Depends what Jets team shows up.
Yeah.
That Jets defense is too real for the Giants right now.
The Panthers are the underdogs too for Houston.
Yep.
That's my lock though. Houston versus.
Carolina over Houston's also my upset. I'm going to get points one way or another.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is tough. Who's underdog for Browns Seahawks?
That would be Cleveland minus or +4.
Low key, the Browns look good.
I know.
They did. Their defense is just
I'm gonna go with the Browns as my upset.
trusting PJ Walker.
The Seahawks offense is just not what it should be this year. It's
not
so
it.
much better.
Jerome Ford is doubtful for that game, so their running back one is down.
Kareem Hunt is also questionable for that game, so they could be rolling with
Their third
their
string.
third stringer.
Well, really fourth string because
Yeah, because Hunt or
Chubb was their
is out
number
already.
one.
Yeah. So
stay away
yeah,
from that
they
game.
could be
He could show up though.
they could be rolling with
you put any back in that league.
very
in that
interesting
offense,
guys. I
you
think
should.
their number 4 is Pierre Strong. Yeah, Pierre Strong. So he might be the starter. It would be interesting to see. But anyways, Jalen, your upset of the week. You have hit. Never mind. I was gonna say I thought you had hit multiple in a row, but
Hold on.
never
I
mind.
think I hit 2, I think.
You've hit 2 out of the weeks that we've done
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Rams to beat the Cowboys.
Oh,
I was
interesting.
thinking about that one.
I just, big game. I don't trust Dak Prescott in big games.
That's very true.
Cooper
Very
Kupp
true.
had an abysmal week last week. It's not happening again.
And they play on noon, so Dallas can't be the game of the week like they always
Exactly.
say.
America's
Sick
team.
of that. Here, Tony Romo.
Yeah. Keith, who do you have on your upset?
Who's favorite for tonight?
Tonight's game is the Bills are
the
favored by
Bills.
10
I wanted the Bucks to be.
That'd have been crazy if the Bills would have been underdogs. I'd have been like, what?
at home.
At
They did just
home?
lose to New England. I mean, it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world.
That's
Bucks
fair.
beating the Bills. I don't.
They giving
I don't
Josh Allen no
know,
respect.
man. I just don't.
Good. I mean,
That might
I
give you
could
4
see it.
points if you pick that one and that one
That
hits
could
that.
be a good game.
Let's do it, man. Why not? Let's go. Bucks upset Bills. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Trying to get some early points here in that Thursday night matchup. That
And
is
Baker we trust.
Please.
You've been rolling with Tampa Bay lately. I guess you did pick against them last week,
I
but
did.
that
They
is
disappointed me.
okay. Who do I want in this one? This is do I trust the Mayo Eater Will Levis in this game against the Falcons?
Ooh, I don't know.
That Rams
We
one
are
is
gonna-
good though, bro.
Patriots. Man, no, not the Patriots. I can't.
Jump on that
I can't
Rams
do the
train.
Patriots.
Rams over Cowboys.
Man, who plays Monday night? Oh, I don't want
Browns.
Vegas. This is a tough. There's like really.
This sucks. Don't just
I'm gonna go with
tight.
The Titans.
not the Titans. I'm gonna go with Washington over Philadelphia.
Oh,
I'm
my
gonna-
goodness.
It
I
went
like
to
it. It
overtime
might not
last
happen, but I
time.
like it.
I just think the NFC East divisional games are always just upset alert after
I don't know
upset
why they're
alert.
so
No,
close.
It's
yeah.
always so close.
Yeah.
It's
True.
either team, no matter.
And Philadelphia's going to be riding high after that win against Miami, I feel like.
And one of them expressed their feelings. I forgot who on Washington. He was like, "I've been on this team forever, been losing all these years."
Yeah.
So I know
They
he
just
will.
lost to the Giants. They're going to be fired up, like,
Yeah.
at least that's what I'm hoping. For my point's sake, I want to get back into this one. I got to crawl back into it, but yeah, that is going to do it for us here. So we have a lot of different, some diversity in the picks with the Vikings. We got a couple Packer picks. Got one Bengals pick in that Cincinnati-San Francisco game. One Steelers pick. So those games are going to be all pretty similar. But the locks and the upsets, that's where you make or break your week. So we will touch back on Thursday and next week, and we'll see how everybody did. But for now, thank you all for watching and for tuning in on 91.7 The Edge WSCW Whitewater. And watching on UWW TV, I'm Nolan Kapodlowski.
Shout out to my boy Alec Thomas for going to the World Series.
There we go.
Let's go.
Watch
D-backs.
the World Series. Got the Bucks game tonight, Thursday Night Football. Sports are going to be loaded this weekend. Have a happy Halloween. Have a happy homecoming. And we'll see you next Thursday. Back to music here on 91.7 The Edge.
I'm Miss Drea, and you're listening to WSUW Whitewater, Wisconsin.